Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How does the audio sound? Do I sound like I'm shit in the bed? Do I sound like Poundland Wally? Fuck me, sound hasn't shit itself. Yeah! Hey! Okay. I did the thing that I didn't want to do last week, which was I binned off all of the mic sources that I have in OBS and Streamlabs OBS, obviously just in OBS now, but basically I have a different mic set up on a scene by scene basis. I could just run my mic through Wavelink, which is what comes with the Wave 3 mic from Elgato, sponsored. Ding! It's not really sponsored, but they did give it us for free, by the way. It's not sponsored though. So yeah, I could run the mic through that, but if I do that, I don't get access to any suppressors, any noise gates, any compressors, whatever. I don't get access to any of those functions that you can add on in OBS or Streamlabs OBS. So I run my mic differently, and then I set it up as having a mic on every individual scene, so that if I change to a scene where I don't want to speak, say the whole scene, if I forget to turn my mic off and you can hear me farting away in the background or something like that, you don't get any of that anymore. That's what I had. Anyway, I've changed it now, so I'm on permanent hot mics, so I have to turn my mic on and turn my mic off. If not, you hear everything. So yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, hopefully that fixes it now, and we have sexual audio that sounds good. beautiful. Hopefully. Anyway, if you are here, good morning. How are we all doing? How's things, babe?
Yes, it's going swimmingly.
Swimmingly. That's what we like to see. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm expecting delivery of an exceptional parcel today. I can't tell anyone what it is, and the annoying thing about this tease is that you're probably not going to find out what it is for months. But myself and Bib are planning something.
Yes.
And we have had something made that should have arrived on Friday, but it got held up by customs because customs is customs. Anyway, it should arrive in the next 48 minutes. Should. But yeah, excited. Can't tell you what it is, so there's no point me saying anything, but I just wanted to get a little bit out there. So yeah, there you go. So we have stuff in the works. But anyway, good morning. How are we all doing? If you're in the chat, please feel free to say hello and let us know that you're there. If you don't know who I am, my name is Graham Day. Hi, how you doing? As well as me, you have Peppiatt, and we are Ice Cream Uploads. And in true Ice Creamy fashion, this is The Scoop. Good morning, happy Monday, and welcome into the first Scoop of the week. If you don't know what this is, it's the UK's #1 video game podcast. Even if we do say so ourselves, it's that much of a good podcast that West just had to host the channel just then. That's how good it is. So thank you, West. Thank you very much. I love you very much. Cheers. How did the audio alert on the alerts sound then, by the way? Because I've tinkered a lot with my audio. That sounded pretty quiet to me. Did it sound okay to you guys, or what? Do let me know. But anyway, as mentioned, this is the UK's #1 video game podcast, and we do go live each and every single weekday on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. That's where we are live right now. Obviously, you might not be watching live, you could be watching on demand, but if you are in the chat, please feel free to get involved over the next hour or so. Yes, it was quiet. Okay, I'll tweak that. But yeah, please feel free to get involved in the chat over the next hour or so. We do go live at 10 a.m.-ish each and every single weekday, Monday to Friday, twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. And if you're in the chat, please do get involved, because we turn the live stream into a podcast, a video that goes on YouTube, and an audio podcast that goes on iTunes and Spotify and SoundCloud and Google Play. So lots of places where people can watch and listen on demand later on, but they don't get involved in the chat right now, where you guys can do on their behalf. Usa. Before we jump into today's news, though, because that's what we're all here for, talk about the biggest, the best, and breaking stories. Before we do that, exclamation mark loot drop. That can bag you a prize if you're a subscriber on our channel. Well, we appreciate you very much, because you help keep the lights and mics on, as Bib says. But also, we like to give a little bit back too. So if you do subscribe to the channel, make sure you type exclamation mark loot drop. If chatbot's open, it's not open, so don't type it.
Yet. Don't type it yet.
Don't do it. Should be soon. But that will give you the details of how you could enter yourself into a prize draw every month, where one person that is a subscriber does get a gift for free. Well, for free. It's not free. You paid for this sub, but you get what we mean. It's an extra. It's a bonus. This month's prize, for those that did tune in on Friday, you will have heard the world's most subtle teaser. My phone is vibrating. I can't remember exactly what it was now. What was the teaser that we gave, Bib?
It was out in 14 days, and I think now it's out in 11.
Okay, so we will be giving a video game away this month. We could potentially be giving something else as well, but it's a COVID world. We potentially have some bits that we can give away. We just need to figure out if we still have them and what we have in the studio, which we haven't been to for about 6 months. But
you got COVID last time.
Yeah, exactly. Start December, fun times. So yeah, if you're a sub, you could win yourself a still unreleased game next Monday, I believe it is. Let me check the calendar. So yes, next Monday, if you're a sub on Monday next week, you will be entered into the loot drop to win yourself that unreleased video game. So yeah, nice. Being able to host you has made my week. I love you very much, West. How was the weekend? Did you manage to figure out your cross-play PUBG issues? I saw you tweeting that you were trying to play with people on different formats and like PlayStation and not being able to invite them. I haven't done it for a while, actually, so I can't remember. I think they've changed the whole format of that stuff anyway since I last did it, so I don't even know if I would be able to help. I mean, let me jump into the split screen. Ooh. Does it still sound good? I don't sound like the audio shit itself. Does it? Hopefully not. Return of the Max says, still guessing at a Resi Evil title. No comment. Bibby's still quiet. Okay, let me look at the levels.
Levels.
Bibby, yeah. Okay, Bibby's was well quiet. All right, Bib.
Hello.
Bibby should be louder now.
Is that any better?
Yeah, that should be good.
So nobody has ever said before that I'm quiet.
Let me just replay West's alert.
Thank you for the ice cream.
Yeah, that's pretty quiet. Okay, let me boom. And now
Turn it back down. Never liked Gary, me.
you are.
Gary's saying turn it back down. I never liked him. He's not a shagger.
Okay, I'm going to play West's one more. Tell me if this one is a little bit louder this time now then. It should hopefully be.
Thank you for the ice cream.
There we go. That should be good audio levels. It looks decent in my audio docs, so hopefully it is for you. Nice. No, I haven't worked it out, and you've not accepted my friend request. #ass. Whoops. Oh, no. This is awkward. It was an accident. Honest, that's what it was. Return the Matt says, I'm pretty loud, babe. Not many people louder than me. You haven't seen a northern / Salfordian man after a few beers. I'm pretty loud anyway, but after I've had a few beers, the gob awakens. First time catching the show. Good morning, Big Hamish.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure to have you here as well. I mean, I have seen you been slaying on West streams for the last few weeks, so nice to have you in. Hopefully one point in the future when I do jump back into PUBG, we could jump into some games and you can carry me to some wins too. Nice. Yeah, although I play on the PlayStation side of things, so yeah. Although I did figure out, because we've been playing State of Decay on the channel recently. Shout out to Bib for making me give it a try when I wasn't convinced, and it's exceptional. I now have the Xbox app on the PC, so that means if I was to play on PlayStation, I could still join Xbox Party Chat, which is nice.
You can do it for your phone as well, which is nice also.
Yeah, the only issue with that is like over-ear headphones and having to put in-ears over ears.
That's a big pain in the ass.
So yeah,
It hurts as well.
Yeah, that's what does it for me, is like having originally had my AirPods, and like that just kind of like rams the whole thing into your ear. Just sat there, it's like some sort of weird device inside your head. Anyway, you get the point. Let's stop talking about that. Speaking about State of Decay, are we playing some games after this, Bib?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Nice,
I don't see why not.
Nice. So if you want to see some State of Decay, stick around after the scoop. Yeah. Nice. Yes.
How we fuck.
As you can tell, Bibby is a big fan of PUBG. Nice. Do you know, I haven't actually played PUBG for like 2 or 3 weeks now, which I think it's the first time I've had a break of PUBG since it came out on console. And I'm quite enjoying it because it's given me a chance to play. I finished off Spider-Man Remastered. I'm playing some State of Decay. Although I am kind of looking forward to jump back into PUBG at some point, but State of Decay is to this. If you want to see some gameplay, we will be playing.
That's a Thursday thing, right, isn't it?
What, PUBG?
Yeah, PUBG was always a Thursday thing.
Yeah, I mean, is that the day that West play? Oh no, West plays on Thursdays now, so we need to move it to like Fridays or Mondays or something like that. Just
what we need to do is we need to try and get him partnered, and then do squad streams.
Yeah, well, that's the plan then. West, I'm just going to speak to my dudes at Twitch. We'll get you partnered, and then we can squad stream on the front page of Twitch. Nice, lovely.
I mean, he's got like 11 dinners in 15 matches. So, I mean, if Shroud can do it, I'm fairly certain he can too.
Well, to be fair, I was watching Shroud, and Shroud played okay, but Shroud didn't have like a fucking 27 kill death rate or whatever it was that West had at one point in time. So, Shroud and Migaude, yeah, you ain't got nothing on West. So, there you go. You heard it first. West is better than Shroud, and he actually killed Gargod once. He doesn't really mention it very often, but that's true. So, there you go. Anyway, let's jump into some news. First bit of news today. Sorry, we've been talking about Xbox for all this time because we're now going to just rip up the script entirely and start talking about PlayStation. Nice. Fuck. Press the wrong button. That one. Nice. There you go. Boop. First bit of news of the day. VLAD MAZANKO at the gamer says PS5 exclusive Godfall is seemingly coming to PS4. That's a great PS5 exclusive coming to another console. But anyway, one of the PS5's launch titles might be coming to more consoles. So Gearbox's next-gen looter slasher Godfall may be available on PS4 soon, according to the Peggy rating board. Godfall was one of the launch titles for the PS5, although the game also appeared on PC as well through the Epic Games Store. Godfall was originally positioned as one of the first truly next-gen titles thanks to its graphics, but it seems it may now be heading for a last-gen platform. The European video game rating system Peggy has altered the Godfall page to include the PlayStation 4, as spotted by Twisted Voxel. Interestingly, the Peggy rating doesn't list Godfall ports for Xbox One or Xbox Series X and S as of now, so it seems to still be a PlayStation exclusive, regardless of it heading to last gen. It's not clear if it'll ever move to Xbox consoles, but it also wasn't expected for it to be a last-gen port, so it's not too wild of an idea. Porn, absolute porn. I mean, you could tell what I'm thinking of. Last-gen porn, nice. It wasn't expected to get a last-gen port, so it's not too wild of an idea. Anyway, of course, the Peggy rating doesn't necessarily mean the game will be released on PS4 after all. Peggy has previously posted listings mistakenly, even posting the release date for this version of the game as April 23rd, which obviously didn't happen. Recently, the website rated Borderlands 3 Director's Cut for Nintendo Switch, only for 2K games to dismiss the rumour later, claiming that the shooter won't be coming to the Nintendo console. Prior to its release, the developers announced Godfall would be a PS5 console exclusive until May the 12th, which means that it is possible that will be the day the game will be released on PS4 or any other platforms. If Godfall does make its way to the PS4, it would likely be receiving a serious downgrade. At the very least, the PS4 will not support 60k FPS, so will have to be compromised in some regards. Previously, the developers announced the new update for God. We don't need the other updates. We got the gist of it. You can read the full article over at thegamer. Is it .com or .co.uk? .com, thegamer.com. Anyway, but PS5 exclusive Godfall is no longer a PS5 exclusive. Wow, that was interesting. You spoke without moving your mouth on my screen then. I don't know what it looked like for the stream, but Bib, thoughts?
Yes. Okay, so I don't know if I'm in sync or anything here, but I've seen Gary's comment in there, and that was the first thing that came to mind. Gary,
you don't know if you what? What did you say? You don't know if you what?
I wasn't frozen there. I'll try to do you in.
You're supposed to say it in sync so I can go, I'm sick and tired of hearing all these people talk about. But you didn't do it, so I'm not going to.
Thank God for that, eh?
What's the deal with his pop life and when is he going to feed out? Okay, back to you.
So Gary says, I was waiting for you to carry on then. I agree with what Gary said. When I was trying to pull the articles together this morning, this is the first thing that I thought. I'm trying to rack my brain, and I'm sure there's a blatantly obvious game that comes to mind. But have you ever seen a game that was a console exclusive for a new gen console that ended up coming to I don't want to say deplatform, but being downgraded enough for it to be able to play on PlayStation 4? Now, there was a comment in there saying it's 6-month exclusivity period. Is that even a thing? Or is that just a cheap blag so that they can actually put it on another console, the PlayStation 4, without people, kicking off about it?
what was it? I'm trying to remember the name. Was it Miles Morales? That was supposed to be PS5 exclusive, and that came.
Was
out.
it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be at first. It was announced to be PS5 exclusive, and then came to PS4. Well, I say then came to PS4. It came to PS4 at the same time. They kind of backtracked
Yeah.
before it was released, so it was supposed to be PS5 and then came out on PS4 too. So that one, I don't know. I'm kind of there's a few different angles. Is it a case of they've got some free resource time, so they've managed to develop a version that you can play on the PS4. Jobs are good. Un. Is it a case of the game was exceptionally well received, so they've moved it to the PS4 so more people can play it? Jobs are good. Un. Is it a case of the game didn't sell well, either because not many people have got PS5s, or because it was a bit crap? Yeah. So let's put it on the PS4 so more people can sell well. I mean, there's positives or negatives to reasoning for why this could have happened. What do you reckon it is?
I think it's a mix. I think it's a mix of all of the above. I think it didn't. I think it was a lot blander than people expected it for it to be a brand new console game, a console exclusive game. For when I say console exclusive, I just mean a new gen console game. There was never. I don't think there's any intention to ever bring it to any other platform. Maybe PC later down the line, but for them to say it's a console exclusive for 6 months, i.e., console PlayStation 5. And not a PlayStation 4. I think they've shit themselves a little bit. I thought we've spent a lot of money on this game. It's not done as well for whatever reason, whether or not it's because there isn't enough PlayStation 5s in the wild, or it's just not as good as it probably should have been. We watched this game when it got announced, and we all said that it was a baby game. I've still yet to play this game. It just flopped quite a lot, and it isn't as. If I want a game like this, I want it to be super in depth. An RPG should never just be a very vanilla experience. It should always be super in depth. And this unfortunately doesn't have that kind of depth to it, which then takes my interest way out of it. So if people like me aren't playing this game, who is your target audience? And I think because of the lack of PlayStation 5s in the wild, what's the next best console for them to be able to open it up to millions of people? You can argue however you want. It's a PlayStation
PS2.
4.
Oh, sorry, no PS4. Yeah, sorry.
Well, yeah, I mean, PlayStation 2 would have been fantastic as well. But yeah, it's a PlayStation 4, unfortunately. So they probably would have had to do a lot more work over the last 6 months rather than bringing out potential new DLC for the PlayStation 5 version. They thought, let's get more of this into the wild. Let's get these 116 million PlayStation 4s that are out there. Let's give them the opportunity to buy this game and see how well it does. It could either do really, really well and then make them put new DLC into it, or there could be a sequel. Who knows? We'll find out in the next 6 months. Around Christmas time, we'll probably find out what the next stage of this game is. I can't see it being a very good outcome, though. I feel like PlayStation 4 is the last roll of the dice for this game, and that's unfortunate because it is a launch game of sorts. Because Xbox hasn't really had them still. I mean, they're pushing the boundaries everywhere else, apart from the games that are coming out. So this was PlayStation's biggest hurrah with Miles Morales. What have they got to show for it? I'll tell you what they've got to show for it. It's coming to a console that's the last generation. It's not a great roll of the dice for them, but it's a roll of the dice I think they have to take at this moment in time. And again, I'm always prepared to be proved wrong when it comes to stuff like this. I just can't think of a game that has had a exclusivity for being in a new generation to then backtracking and bringing it to the previous generation. I don't think I've ever heard that before. And again, I'm always happy to be proved wrong with that. If anyone's got any examples, that'd be fantastic because I'm struggling to think of one.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a very, very unique thing. I think the pandemic's probably had a big chunk of big hand in the way that situation has evolved. Like the fact that we have such a drought when it comes to new hardware that has never existed to this level before. So being something generational exclusive and then being rolled backwards to the previous generation. I mean, maybe that sort of stuff has happened, but not on the same sort of scale. I mean, the PS5 had a decent launch lineup in terms of there was a bit of something for everyone. There was Godfall if you wanted the lootery slashery stuff. Then there was obviously things like Cyberpunk. I know it wasn't the launch, and I know it got pushed back until December and stuff, but that was kind of the same sort of window. Then there was the likes of Astrobot if you wanted something family-ish, the Spider-Man Miles Morales deluxe edition stuff if you wanted 40, 50 hours of gameplay there. So there was a decent spread. but there also wasn't much of it, and then it didn't get followed with much else afterwards. There was all of the PS4 games like The Last of Us Part 2 and like Ghost of Tsushima that came before it. There hasn't been much after it. So now it's a case of, okay, how can we get more people playing this game? Well, give them more PS5s. Okay, well that's not gonna do. Get out the window. It's that Office meme where everyone's like, how can we get more people playing Godfall? Fix the game. Maybe make more PS5 so people can play it. How about we just release it on an old generation? Yay! That's kind of what it is. I mean, the guys that said fix the game, or I say fix the game. That's harsh. It's not broken. It's just it didn't have enough about it, and this is very obviously subjective. So take this with your own opinion. It's not my kind of game, so I'm going off of the people that I have seen playing the game, and they've said it's fun, it's decent, it's a good game to play. Good game. It's not a great game. It's not exceptional. Didn't offer anything that pushed the boundaries. It was just, all right, I've got what I needed from it. I'm going to put it down. There's no desire to have replayability. There's no long-term end game sort of thing that people want to push towards. So, the only way you can do that is to change the content of the game, which is a drastic situation, or to open it up to more people. So I can kind of see the reasons for doing that. I mean, I do think it is a bit of both. It's they've not recouped because there's not enough people on PS5, and they're not recouped because the people that are on PS5 probably aren't shouting about it loud enough for any new PS5 owners to want to run out there to pick it up. So yeah, move it to PS4. That's the way to make some money back. Job's good. Oh, we can buy followers. Nice. Let me just get my...
It's been a while since I've seen one of them.
I think Twitch changed it a little bit in terms of like they changed that sort of shit so that it didn't happen as much. And then they've been doing a lot of things with, they've been banning fake followers and stuff recently. So I think that kind of stopped it for a little bit. But yeah, it must be 4 months since I last saw it, or that I remember, kind of thing, somewhere in that sort of time frame. So yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Scroll back up then. Let's see what people are saying. Where did we get to? Personally, I think it's feeling really good at the moment, says West. Easy Tiger. It's not that sort of show. I'm assuming you're talking about PUBG though. But yeah, nice. I'd take a partner if it's going. What in which sense of the word? Forgot it was that easy. Well, you know. I'd much rather be in a West stream than a Shroud stream, says Return of the Mac. Do you know what? Let's get West and Shroud in the same stream. Let's make it happen so Shroud can have something to aspire to. That's what we should make it. Do you know what? We'll have a word, babe. I know you've got him on your WhatsApp. Just send Big Mike a message. Big Mikey G a text again. Yeah. Only when he isn't Grumpy West. Grumpy West is the funniest West. I've never seen West grumpy. West's always nice. He's nice. Someone send me a clip of Grumpy West. I want to see it. Gary says, back to Godfall, though, that this has to be due to awful sales on the PS5, trying to bring as much money in as they can, I bet. Last gen porn. Yes, not last gen ports. Last gen porn. We know what Graham was doing this morning. I mean, what would last gen porn be? Would that be like, was that like 480p? Kind of like low quality porn? Stuff like that? I don't know. VR porn?
Not watching it on your PS2.
Well, do you know what? As we found out from show that, like, was it like 70% of all Pornhub viewers are on PS4? So, I mean, if you can get a browser on PS2, then yikes.
Yeah, they're the golden rules, though, aren't they? Never touch another person's mobile phone or PlayStation 4 controller.
What's all? I mean, usually on a controller, you'll get that sort of like hand grub where it's like it's almost like weird brownie stuff. If it's lighter than weird brownie stuff, then definitely don't be touching that controller because anyway, you don't want to talk about that this time in the morning. Nice. It's almost dinner time. Enjoy your dinners. Nice. Ark Survival Evolved was announced and they have said Xbox exclusive. There's a massive PC community around Ark, so there's no doubt it will come to PC. Xbox Ark was announced, and they said Xbox exclusive. Okay. Xbox Series X and S console exclusive in 2022. Sorry, Ark 2. Okay, there we go. I was like trying to follow them. Interesting. That's quite a good move because Ark is massive in terms of it's almost kind of on a par with games like, okay, I say on a par, you've got to take it with a pinch, on a par with games like, I was going to say Minecraft, in terms of, Minecraft is huge and there's not very much on a par with Minecraft, but it kind of came and then it almost went and then it came back again and then it kind of almost went and it comes back again bigger and better, and Ark's kind of been one of those games that comes and goes and comes and goes and comes and goes. So yeah, DayZ is probably a similar sort of game for it, something that's turns into almost like a niche community game, but the community is so big it's never really a niche community game, it's like a massive community game. Wasn't Miles Morales originally announced as a PS4 title because it was announced before the PS5 was officially unveiled? Was it? I don't know. Maybe it was. I mean, I'm not going to commit to the point, but I thought it was that. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I can't quite remember. Didn't I put in an auto mod rule? Don't know how they're evading that now. I'll have a look on my lunch break. Ban them all, Tito. One account I'm aware of has lost over 6,000 viewers since they were banning bot accounts. Ouch. In terms of viewers or followers, have you mentioned eggs and tomatoes on his stream? I might have done. I might have mentioned it just here and there. A whole new meaning to waggle your joystick furiously. Exactly. But yeah, speaking about followers, I was in Bateson's stream Saturday morning, and the other week he was kind of half celebrating hitting 800,000 followers on Twitch, but he didn't make a big deal out of it. But that's because he knew that Twitch were on a banning spree, and he went down to 780,000 followers. So he lost 20,000 followers. Like, bing! For fuck's sake.
It's always like that one person who someone's reaching a milestone of sorts, and then someone else unfollows just to be a funny bastard when they put the announcement of, I don't know, 2,000 followers, and then it goes down to 1,999 because some fucker thinks it's funny to just unfollow. Oh, you're back down to 2. Not 2K now.
Just want to shit on your parade. Get out of here, dickhead. But speaking of which, we are closing in on 2,500 followers. So if you want to hit the follow button, if you haven't done already, we're only 65 away. So 2,500 followers, we will take that, please. I've just seen the asset this one as well. I've had a nice little moving asset made up. So yeah, when we get there, although the thing is, you go from like 2,000 to 2,100, 2,200 really, really quickly. Then when you get to like 2,425-ish, everything slows down. It's like, fuck, we've had the assets sat here forever now. So, Tito, let me just unfollow you. Gary unfollows. You guys are all so predictable and the same. but
I will take your sword off you.
That's a euphemism.
I will.
Let's. And Viv as well unfollows. Return of the Max. At least he admits it. Yeah, that would be me. Yeah, I'm the dickhead. But anyway, yeah, there you go. Nice. So if you have a PS4 and you want to play some Godfall, it is seemingly coming to PS4. It's not confirmed, so take it with a pinch. This is just one of those Peggy ratings kind of leaking things, potentially. It could be Peggy cocking up, but do you know what? I think the biggest thing about this is the fact that Godfall led as the main story on the scoop. That's probably the biggest achievement I would give to Godfall, because it's harsh. It's not my kind of game, and it was. I mean, as the way I phrased it, obviously when we first watched it in the State of Plays last year, that's definitely a Bibby game. That's a Bibby game. And after watching other people play it, I'm thinking, okay, well that's a Bibby stream. Not a Bibby game, but a Bibby stream. One stream, and it's kind of out of his system. So it's coming to PS4. If it looks like something that you'd enjoy, fill your boots. But yeah, obviously there's a lot of content out there, so you can see whether it actually is or not. Speaking about content from PlayStation, something that you'd enjoy, Bib, would you be interested in a new Days Gone game? Have I mentioned this to you before?
Many, many times, and yes, I would.
Well, that's interesting because, yeah, if you haven't caught this, I did ask that exact same question to Bibby last week and the week before, because Days Gone, he is now on PS5. So if you have a PS5, it's in the PlayStation Plus collection, which is one of the, basically a collection of the biggest games on PlayStation 4 that you can play for free on PlayStation 5. Free in air quotes, because it's part of your PlayStation Plus subscription. Days Gone is a really good game. It didn't do exceptionally well in the realm of being a PlayStation exclusive title, but did well enough. And then when it launched with a few bugs, they fixed all of that stuff. And then when it came out on the PlayStation Plus collection, a lot of people played it for the first time and realized how good a game it actually is. By that point in time, though, Sony had already pulled the plug and said, well, it didn't change the world, so we're not going to support it. And the rumors all suggested that, well, obviously all rumors suggested that Days Gone 2 was proposed and refused. They weren't going to make a Days Gone 2. And that's kind of where we were. Then we followed that up with an article last week with one of the Days Gone developers saying, well, if you want to support a developer, then support them by using your fucking wallet or something like that. Buy the fucking games. It was something of that equivalent, which obviously was a bit of a shitty statement. We get what he was saying. Shit way of putting it. But following on from that, so we finished it with a little bit of a negative tone, with someone kind of like demanding a little bit too much from user bases. But the user base didn't necessarily take that to heart, as now Vikki Blake at Eurogamer says almost 80,000 people have signed a petition demanding Sony approves Days Gone 2. Quote in the tagline says, they can't just pull the plug on such an amazing game that ended with a cliffhanger. So into the article, almost 80,000 people have signed a petition demanding that Bibby finishes Days Gone. Oh, no, actually, that's not what it says. Demanding a Days Gone sequel. A couple of weeks back, a press report broke the news that Days Gone 2 wouldn't be happening due to the original's lengthy development and mixed reception, something Eurogamer had also heard. A team within Sony Bend is now apparently assisting Naughty Dog with a multiplayer project. The news has mobilized some fans into taking action. Just 2 weeks ago, the organizer was delighted to have secured 102 signatures. Now, however, the Change.org petition has secured over 78,000 signatories and hopes to hit 150,000. Quote, there's millions of people who want Sony PlayStation to approve Days Gone 2. And I want all the fans to sign this petition, implores the petition organizer. They can't just pull the plug on such an amazing game that ended with a cliffhanger. In case you missed it, the writer and creative director of Days Gone recently said, and this is the bit that I touched on before, recently said that players shouldn't, quote, complain if a game doesn't get a sequel if they didn't buy it at fucking full price. So, you know, if you buy a game on sale or whatever, then you get out of here. We don't care about you. Anyway, quote, I do have an opinion on something that your audience may find of interest, and it might piss some of them off, John Garvin said. Quote, if you love a game, buy it at fucking full price. I can't tell you how many times I've seen gamers say, yeah, I got that on sale. I got it through PS Plus, whatever. Don't complain if a game doesn't get a sequel if it wasn't supported at launch. End quote. PlayStation, soon not to be exclusive Days Gone, launches for PC on 18th of May, and a new trailer recently showed how it looks. Okay, we can stop there. We don't need to talk about PC. We've covered that news before. But Days Gone 2, it looked like its days had gone, but maybe not. 80,000 people on a push to 150,000 people have signed a petition demanding that Sony brings it back. Could that be the start of a movement that brings it back to life? I mean, it's undead. Could it ever be undead? But you know what I mean. What are your thoughts, babe?
Yeah, I mean, did you know what? I said the same thing last time we read this, read the guy's statement about buying the game at full price, and to a degree, I do agree with him, because by the time the game goes on sale, they may not be counting the sales as a potential future sequel. Do you know what I mean? So, like, by the time it goes on to sale 18 months later, maybe, or 12 months later, the cut-off point for them to potentially looking at, okay, we've either made our money back, or we haven't made enough money back, or we've exceeded it, and they've already started plans to be able to create a Days Gone 2. I agree to a sentiment that may be the case, but it's just a bit rash with it. And I think that's probably why people have been pissed off a little bit more. However, for what I played of Days Gone, barring getting up to where I got to, I'm fairly certain I'm very close to the end of that game. I played it for nearly 50 hours, but I always get sidetracked by side missions and all the other shit. But the actual first, the storyline itself, I'm fairly certain I'm close to it. I don't know how far away from the end I am from that sawmill, because I just couldn't do it and it pissed me off. I will play that game again at some point. And try and finish it. Maybe I have to drop the difficulty. I don't really want to do that. My ego won't let me do it, but I will hopefully hope to finish that game. But I do agree that it does deserve a second glance, and I am part of the problem in that sense, because I didn't play this game until it came to the PlayStation Collection. I seen the reviews on it, and a lot of them were favorable, a lot of them weren't. So I was kind of in the middle. I probably should have just backed it, and then the people who I know that have played it, that have enjoyed it, I probably should have just taken their word for it and bought it myself. But I didn't. I'm part of the problem in that respect because I'm only playing that game once it's available for free to me. So yeah, I can understand where it's coming from. I just think it was a little bit. I don't know if it was just off the cuff and he's potentially more pissed off at the fact that he knows that game deserved a sequel, but the people who potentially should have done better to be able to try and move that decision forward earlier haven't done so. This game came out when? Nearly 3 years ago now, maybe?
2018, I think it was. So yeah.
Yeah, April 26th of April 2019.
Oh, 2019. There you go. I thought it was 2018, but I'm trying to find a list of PS4 games and trying to get sales numbers because I wanted to know exactly what do we have.
Yeah, annoyingly, Wikipedia doesn't show that kind of stuff like it does with a film because it shows you how much it was actually spent to be able to create that piece of media and how much the box office brought in. But Wikipedia, unfortunately, doesn't do that for video games. Morning show, by the way. How's it going, Shag?
I'll read show. If anyone wants to see an absolute sheg, I'm saying that I don't know what a sheg is. Show has an emote that says sheg. I can show you because we've got access to it, but I don't know what a sheg is. I'm assuming it's not a good thing. But I can't find it. Let me. Sheg. There you go. But then feel free to check out Show's channel. He plays all sorts of games and content, particularly Pokemon and things of that variety, fighting in tight spaces or whatever it's called. So go check him out. He's decent. He's decent. As well as West, by the way. We've been speaking about West. I've not actually told you to go and check out West's channel, but do check out West's channel. He streams Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday mornings. So if you want something to watch before the scoop, then tune into West and just jump over to the scoop and then watch the scoop and then just jump back to West for a bit more content. Some PUBG fun times. Nice. Anyway, I was trying to look to get some numbers on Days Gone because there's kind of a couple of points here. Like West's comment kind of nails where I was going to start off. It's easy to sign a petition, but what percentage of those would actually buy it? And usually I'd be like, exactly. It's easy to go, oh, this doesn't cost any money and this doesn't really require any buy-in financially or any other form other than, yep, I want to hit a change.org thing. That means nothing. Actually, let me just update the discussing now as well while I'm talking, just in case anyone comes in. They know what we're talking about. Is that going to be, okay, Days Gone 2... Peppiatt. Okay, show on screen, nice. So it's easy to buy in without buying in. I get that, but I do feel like there's a bit more. This is a little different in terms of I feel Sony didn't do right by Days Gone, or not as right as they could have done in that sort of sense. Because we were speaking about this West Dick. This is much better. No. No, he's all right. But yeah, like if you look at how far and wide God of War went, I'll try to keep away from like the big guns. Not that God of War isn't a massive game and was up there with Game of the Year conversations and stuff, but like when I say big guns, I'm talking The Last of Us, which has TV and cinema crossover potential. Spider-Man, which is Marvel Cinematic Universe potential. You look, obviously they're gonna command money, but something like God of War, which is more of a gamer's game rather than a storyteller's game kind of thing. That was still everywhere. There was God of War PlayStations. I mean, obviously, I know it was founded on a history of the God of War series and stuff, whereas Days Gone was a fresh start. But even that kind of says it to me. Days Gone was a fresh start, a brand new IP that didn't get the coverage that I think a game of that caliber and quality deserves. So it was almost kind of destined to fail. It wasn't supported, and because it wasn't supported, it didn't do as much. And because it didn't do as much, it didn't get any support. And it was kind of like catch-22, chicken and egg sort of situation. I do think this is good. I do think this is kind of what it needs. And it's almost like we don't need any case studies to show you how useful Game Pass could be or how useful PS Plus could be. Who's ever heard of Rocket League? Yes, you all have because of PS Plus, effectively. Who's ever heard of Fall Guys? Yes, you all have because of PS Plus, effective. No doubt, if there hasn't been, there will be similar situations where games come free to Game Pass that suddenly become like phenomenons. And yes, this didn't come to Game Pass or PS Plus first. It came first. People spent their money, and then when it came again, only now are people starting to see what it actually has to offer because it's free. There's no better marketing than giving something away for free. And that's the point. It didn't get enough marketing. So now I think, yes, 80,000 people have signed it. A lot of those are just putting their name on the list and would have no intention of buying the next one. But then again, I think a lot of people would have a lot intention of buying the next one. And the fact that 80,000 people have gone out of their way to show significant interest in that, I think that alone is the bit that could move the needle enough for Sony. And that's where I wanted to know the sales numbers, because I doubt that it's sold as well. I mean, I can tell you for almost definite that it didn't sell as well, because I've got a list of the best-selling PS4 video games. This is Wikipedia. Take it with a pinch. Obviously, GTA 5, 20 million. Plus, there's unreliable sources. Uncharted 4, 16 million. The Last of Us Remastered, 10 million. Ghost of Tsushima, 6.5 million. Detroit Become Human, 3.2 million. These are all Sony games. And then you go down to 32nd place. You've got the likes of Crash Team Racing, 1 million. FIFA 17, 1 million. Neo, 1 million. There is no Days Gone on this list. So Days Gone has sold less than 1 million copies. If this is right, you can understand why they are worried about making another game. If they put a lot of money into it and it sold less than 1 million copies, it sold nowhere near where it should have done to make a profit. But I don't feel like they did a good enough story of that. And if you can get 150,000 people to show interest in a game that sold less than 1 million, then that, in terms of your audience, is a huge percentage. That shows you didn't hit all of your audience. Yeah, if your game sold 500,000, but you've got 150,000 people that are showing interest in it, with it not being marketed well, then I think that could be. You see those films. There's films that get sequels based off of fan reaction. Deadpool is a great example. I mean, Deadpool has comic book history, so that not the perfect analogy, but anyone that hadn't heard of Deadpool, like me, that was first introduced to Deadpool in the X-Men films, would never have wanted to see that in a film again, especially not Ryan Reynolds playing it again, because he did a bad enough job. He didn't. That character was badly done. But he progressed, and the fan reaction made Deadpool a thing again, and it became exceptional. I'd like to see that fan reaction give PlayStation the chance to make Days Gone be something exceptional. I think it could be. That's my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Do you agree?
I agree.
Nice. We're all agreed. Lovely. Let's move ahead.
I actually think Deadpool is one of my favorite superhero films of all time.
He's an anti-hero, actually, which is a phrase that fucking triggers me. It's just like just you get what I'm on about. is he? Does he have a mask on? Is he a Marvel character? Shut your mouth. We don't need the. Anyway, why should you never wear shorts if you go to heavily radioactive areas?
Go on.
Chernobyl fallout. Shout out.
I actually quite like that. That's a good joke.
I can't take the credit of that one. Shout out to he's dead now. He's not dead really, but he's ice cream dead. Mr. Toby J. Lee, who was the first person to mention that to me, and I think it was on a live stream that we did previously anyway. So there you go. Chernobyl fallout. Nice. But speaking of Chernobyl, not Chernobyl, obviously, because yeah, okay, fine. Let's move ahead. But Chernobylite there's a reason why I'm saying this, by the way. I'm not just chatting shit for no random reason. Chernobylite release set for July on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, written by Steph Nunneley at VG247. Are you aware of this game, babe?
I wasn't.
Are you interested in this game, babe?
Read the story and I'll let you know.
Okay, let me hit play on the trailer as I'm reading it. So, The Farm 51 has announced its sci-fi.
And we'll watch the trailer because it's got no thingy in it.
It's got no what?
Sorry, there's a massive delay between us. I was going to say, well, we can watch the trailer afterwards. There's no like DMCA stuff. As long as we keep it on that, should be good to go.
Okay, well, I'll leave it on whilst I'm playing, and then I'll put that on with audio whilst we're talking as well. So the Farm 51 has announced its sci-fi survival horror RPG Chernobylite will be released in July. In July, Chernobylite will be made available on PC, PS4, and Xbox One with PS5 and Xbox Series X and S versions later in the year. Currently available on Steam Early Access. Let's go a little bit up. The game has received a major pre-launch patch, bringing significant changes to the storyline, dialogue, localization, soundtrack, and the game's concluding level. A list of the most important improvements introduced in, quote, the final stage mega patch can be found below. The entire storyline of the game has been thoroughly rewritten to make sure the game's mystery will be one to remember. Player immersion has been significantly improved with all new voiceovers in English and Russian. Localization for all major languages is now complete, including simplified Chinese, English, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Polish, Portuguese, Brazilian, Russian, and Spanish. A brand new and original soundtrack from composer Mikołaj Stroinski has been implemented. The first part of the new level, Heist, has been added to tease what will await gamers in the grand finale. A more detailed list of all the updates and changes, including this patch, are available here, linked in the article. Chernobylite is a sci-fi survival horror RPG that mixes free exploration and a disturbing world with challenging combat, crafting, and non-linear storytelling. It's set 30 years after the Chernobyl catastrophe, and pollution is increasing due to the unexpected activity of a dangerous substance. This terrible thing, on top of a terrible thing, was produced as a result of an explosion called Chernobylite. Here's a list of features. Explore a beautiful and horrifyingly accurate 3D scanned recreation of the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Collaborate or compete with other stalkers in the zone, but whatever you do, never fully trust them. Remember, everybody has a hidden agenda. Face and survive natural and supernatural threats. Immerse yourself in a thrilling, non-linear science fiction horror story. Make good use of your chemistry and physics knowledge to craft equipment and manage supplies. Fight against savage creatures pouring out of an alternate reality. Investigate and collect data with a set of sophisticated environmental and substance analyzing tools. The game will benefit from an early access 20% discount on Steam from today through April the 30th. Any purchase made during early access will guarantee all future post-launch DLCs for free. So, Chernobylite. Not Pezlite, but Chernobylite.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts, babe?
I really, really like the look of this game. I think this could definitely be a very good streaming game for us. In terms of it's not a multiplayer game. That's the word I was trying to find. It's definitely a single player version of the game. It looks a bit Fallouty. In terms of like you can do like base building stuff like that. You go out, explore, get your shit, come back, and then you can update your base. But it definitely has like a mad Fallout vibe to it. Yeah, I think this game looks brilliant. It's the first time I'd seen it this morning. I've just had a look at it on Steam to find out if it was multiplayer or not, and it has been out and in early access since 2019. So it's been out for quite a long time. It's obviously had a 2-year-ish transition from early access into the game coming out on console. So the full version of the game, it said, is coming out in when? July? Yeah, it's coming out in July on PS4, Xbox One, and PC in full access. You can get it now for less than £20 on Steam Early Access. I think this will be a very good game. I'm definitely going to pick this one up to see how it plays. I think I could definitely get behind it.
The interesting thing is, I mean, like Wes just said, but buy it at full price if you want a second game, you fuck.
There is that. There is absolutely that.
It's interesting. It has my attention, but then it also loses my attention. Like the supernatural bits.
Yeah,
is where
that's the bit that turned me off a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard of this game. The fact that it's been around in early access for a while, I literally have never heard of it.
Is that a worrying thing?
Not necessarily, because there's loads of games that kind of pick up steam when they're in early access, and then do get lost it. There we go. Bring it back. And then do get the exposure that they need from early access to get picked up. Something is a catalyst that just changes things for them. So yeah, that doesn't worry me in that sort of sense. Let me jump back to this though. Actually, I'll go back to the trailer. One thing I need to do because I'm a loser is so this is the trailer. Let me bring it on screen. Whoop. Actually, let's go back to full screening it on YouTube. When I saw this bit, Peppiatt, Ukraine. 20,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town.
Every time.
I mean, name that game. Name that game. Obviously, you know what that game is. I was going to name it, but I'm not going to name it because some people might want to name it. But it looks good. I like the idea that they have fully 3D scan the environments. I love that idea. I love seeing Godfall. There we go. Nice. I love seeing real world environments in video games. The downside with this is I'm probably never going to go to Chernobyl, so I can't really say that. I would love it if it was kind of like, just have a bit of a mooch around the Arndale with machine guns and stuff like that. I mean, actually, that's probably not the best phrasing, to be fair, but you know what I mean. I love the idea of that immersion of playing in real-world environments. And the fact that they've got 3D scan elements to it. The game looks like it has quite a lot of depth to it. I mean,
yeah,
the world looks really cool. There's different environments and so on. But yeah, I've never even heard of this. So there you go, a little bit of a heads up. Chernobylite PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Bibby will probably be streaming it for you at some point because it's less than 20 quid if you buy it now at full price, you fucks.
Yes. And you get all the DLC for free as well. So what is a better incentive than that, Graham?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Gary says, yeah, I don't fancy a 2-week all-inclusive in Chernobyl as my yearly holiday. Exactly. I mean, you come back, give yourself a high five with your extra hand that's just starting to grow out of your nostril kind of thing. Jobs are good, and yeah, lovely.
He's not from Stoke, Graham.
Anyone from Stoke, please don't be offended. He's only spitting the truth. That's all it is. It's just the truth. Okay, one final story. I'm not sure if this one's free, but this one might capture people's attention. It might not. Anyone play Fortnite? Anyone had played Fortnite? Anyone want a reason to play Fortnite? How about the world's most extravagant diver? And I don't mean Tom Daly, I mean Neymar Jr., obviously, clearly. As Neymar arrives in Fortnite later this week. This has been teased for weeks. It's probably the worst tease that's ever existed, in the fact that Neymar pretty much exclusively said, I'm going to be in Fortnite before it happened. So yeah. Anyway, Epic Games had previously announced that Neymar Jr. would be arriving in Fortnite, and now we know when to expect him in game. Back in March, Epic Games outlined that the Brazilian footballer and PSG forward Neymar Jr. would be arriving in-game as part of the Battle Royale's Chapter 2 Season 6, but didn't give us much more information than that. Let me hit the cinematic reveal trailer. Now, the developer has revealed that Neymar Jr. is arriving in the multiplayer game on April the 27th. That's tomorrow. And he'll arrive in-game with 4 different skins, 2 based on football jerseys and 2 that look like they belong in a Power Rangers spin-off. They wish. They wish. Anyone that purchased Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 6 Season Pass will have access to the Neymar Cosmetics shown in the embedded video above, but you'll have to complete some challenges in order to unlock the items. For completing certain amounts of Chapter 2 Season 6 Epic quests, you'll unlock even more items from his set, says Epic in a press release. You'll also unlock the exhibition version of the Neymar Jr. outfit and other items based on his familiar uniform of yellow, blue, and green, inspired by the Brazil national football team. Also, you'll be able to visit creative mode for a player-made welcome hub, an island inspired by Neymar Jr.'s arrival. Neymar Jr.'s arrival will be joined by some bonus challenges you'll be able to complete too, so you can see what they are and what they unlock below. So you can talk to an island soccer player. Do you know what? I'm not going to go through the full list. They are in the article. The gist we could take away from it is that Neymar Jr. is in Fortnite. Nice. Is that enough to get you to jump back into Fortnite, babe?
No, but he is one of the most popular footballers in the world, and I imagine, well, Neymar definitely isn't aimed at us as a skin. Having things like the Mandalorian in there and Grogu, that is the kind of thing that will bring us back in. But it's like if you was to bring any kind of footballer now, it's not going to entice us old people to be able to come in and play the game. It's definitely aimed at the demographic of like 8 to maybe 12 to 13, 14, 15-year-olds to have Neymar in the game. It's definitely not aimed at us. But again, Neymar has always played Fortnite for as long as I can remember. He's an absolute savage on that game. So it's just a nice little thing for him. I imagine he's been paid a hell of a lot to have his likeness in the game. So it's a win-win from him. Someone who loves to play Fortnite and he can play with himself in the game. Take that as you will.
Just reading Gary's comment. Does Neymar start rolling after about 10 minutes and you have to do a bonus challenge to get him back on his feet again? Hey! Yeah, it's a good move. It is a good move for Fortnite once again. Let me just get the discussing now. I mean, if you're not going to be playing Fortnite at this point in time, it's probably going to be difficult to get you to jump into Fortnite at all at this point in time. Is it my first choice game? No. Can it be a bit tedious? Yes. Do I enjoy it when it's enjoyable? I know that's kind of a charged question, but yes, I absolutely do. Fortnite, when playing with other people, can be a nice change of pace. Everything's at 100 mile an hour, and if you're not playing against like fucking, if you're playing with me, it's quite slow and steady. If you're playing with other people, it's like you are playing with Emmett from the Lego movies because they are master builders. It's sort of like. It's like, oh, fuck. And that's I'm not interested in that. But when you've got lightsabers and shit and you can chop stuff down, then yeah, I'll get me in the fucking game. But yeah, Neymar isn't aimed at people like me. Neymar is another good beat on Fortnite's marketing cycle to just remind its core audience that it's there. Its core audience, I know stereotypically people will say it's aimed at 12-year-olds, but that will be where its core audience is. Not 12, but maybe a few years younger and quite a few years older, up to 18-ish. That sort of area is where it typically aims. And those are the people that want to represent Neymar Jr. A lot when you're that age. I mean, I had a David Beckham bedsheet kind of thingy when I was that age. So I was that market once upon a time. I'm not now, but it's smart because Fortnite, what can it do? It's done everything. People know what it is. It just needs to give reminders for people to get back in. And once again, it's a very, very smart one. Was it this season they had The Rock earlier on?
Pass. I've been out of the loop with Fortnite since the beginning of last season when they had the Mandalorian in there.
But I mean, once again, that Funko Pop vinyl analogy where you've had everything in there, they'd not had that in, and it's another thing to add to their boat. I don't doubt Neymar got paid handsomely, and I don't doubt that will probably lead to a shit load of sales anyway. Particularly, I mean, I don't know what Fortnite's install base is on a region by region basis, but let's just potentially incorrectly assume Fortnite is huge in Europe and North America. Well, now it's huge in South America because you put Neymar South America. Because if you put Neymar in there, then that will absolutely drive a shitload of sales in Brazil anyway. So yeah, makes sense. We saw Neymar play at MK Stadium, Brazil versus Cameroon. He lasted 4 minutes before pretending he was injured. Big
Worth the ticket price, then, yeah.
Neymar will be OP and he'll be the fastest diver out the bus. Like, oh my god! Big Hamish, wait, you play Fortnite? Unfollow. Do you know what? I would like to say yes to that. I have been in games of Fortnite. Do I play run and gun? Yes. Do I play run and slowly? I'm going to use the word erect. Calm down, chat. I know I'm going to use the word erect. Slowly erect a ramp? Yes, that is me. But do I play Fortnite? Not very well. I don't mind it though. I don't want to build though, so that's the reason why I play PUBG. I would choose PUBG and then Call of Duty and then Fortnite. If we're just going off the big major BRs kind of thing, I'd put them in that sort of order. Fortnite, it's a different game. It's a good game, but it's not my kind of game. Not all the time. When it's Christmas and you get lightsabers in it, and you get me and Bibby absolutely wrecking people that can build fucking the World Trade Center in 0.3 seconds, and me and Bibby just go boom, 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 and the whole thing comes down, and we get the dub. Then yeah, I'll play Fortnite fucking forever with that. Annoyingly, the best lightsaber game that's well, one of the best lightsaber games that's ever existed has been Fortnite. Most other games just don't get lightsabers. They don't work very well, but Fortnite kind of nailed it. So yeah,
it was class. That was peak Fortnite for me. Everyone kept on saying that to bring back season 1, and that was the best that they've ever had. But yeah, that was amazing.
Damn straight.
And it's so long ago now.
Yeah, what was it like? That's like 15 months ago now. Something. yeah.
Was it Christmas 2019?
Yeah,
it was, wasn't it?
Not Christmas gone, Christmas before, yeah. So, yeah, about
Ugh.
14, 15 months ago. Wow, it seems like yesterday. Back in the, but then again, everything seems like yesterday. We're in a pandemic world. It is what it is. Hamish says, I played it once, shooting a person who became a tower and then uninstalled. Just not for me. I mean, I absolutely appreciate that stuff, though. I genuinely do. Do I want to do it? No. Do I want to invest the time in doing that? No. But I see the beauty in it because that is the skill gap. If you get like, I can't remember which content creator it was, but I mention this stat kind of thing all the time. Is that when you first start playing Fortnite, 70% of your gameplay is shooting and 30% of it is building. It's probably less than 30% for me, if I'm being honest, but 70-30 shooting biased. But then when you become good at it, it's the other way around. 70% of the game is building and only 30% of it is shooting. And it absolutely is that. That's not what I want from a game. I want shooters, which is why I say Call of Duty, I want boots on the ground. That's why I love PUBG, because that's what it is. But it's the absolute beauty. If you take what you want from a game away and you see two people that have that level of skill that can build in like 360 degrees, full up, down, left, right, the understanding and utilizing that level of verticality is incredible. It's not something I'm interested in because it quickly gets too incredible where it's like, I don't even know what's happening. I'm just seeing things just appearing and you're going up, down, left, right, and I don't even know where you are now. Okay, I don't even know where your opponent is. Fuck it, I give him. But yeah, not for me. But it is incredible when somebody knows what they're doing there. Anyway, let's put a pin in that. That's the last story of the day, and we are done. Nice. We've not done too bad time wise today as well. Yeah. There we go. No. About an hour-ish. That's what you like to see. It makes change. It's usually about an hour and 20, an hour and 30 minutes, but it's supposed to be an hour-ish. So yeah. Watching PC gamers play it just makes me dizzy. I know, it's ridiculous. I mean, like I say, it's kind of equal parts in awe and what the fuck? I don't know what's happening. It is incredible. Seeing the building and being able to edit and knowing which direction. I would be upside down. I don't know what's happening. I don't know where I am. I'm stuck. I am stuck. And that's putting 3 bits of wood up. Never mind the whole thing. So, yeah, it's wonderful. Anyway, we are going to disappear. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for the first scoop of the week. We do this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. There's a cat. See the cat? Cat cam.
See ya? Yep.
She gone. That's it. She knows it's the end of the show. That's the first scoop of the week. Then we do this Monday to Friday, so we will be back tomorrow with more Scoopalicious content. Before that, though, we do have some State of Decay lined up. So if you want to see some State of Decay on PC, I'm not very good. There will be lots of questions being asked, but it's just part of the course. If you don't know what happens in State of Decay, then it's perfect time to join because we're only on to our third stream. My third stream. Baby's played a few extra ones as well, so he knows what he's doing. But I'm pretty much a noob. So if you want to see a noob get good or try to get good at games, then feel free to do that after this as we jump into some State of Decay. Before that, though, Baby, is there anything that you'd like to add?
Yes, again, thank you very much for joining us for the first show of the week. We very much appreciate it. But if you want to be involved with the show and help shape it, there's 2 ways that you can do that. First of all, find us on social medias at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media profiles. That's platforms, not profiles. Or get involved with our Discord. There's an area in there called The Scoop. All we need from you is a URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which will be at what time tomorrow, Mr. Graham Day?
Well, that's going to be at 10 a.m. Ish. 10 a.m.-ish. As we always mention, we go live at 10 a.m.-ish. The reason for that is because we work in the video games industry. We work for a company called Jelly, and we do ice cream on the side, jelly and ice cream. So we do the work stuff first, and ice cream kind of slots in around that. We aren't full-time streamers, so it will be at 10 a.m.-ish. If you've been around here, you know that. We got the remote. Nice. Yeah, you're all spamming it. That's what I like to see. But that's it. We will drop off and we will be back on imminently with some State of Decay 2. So if you want to see us play some zombie games, and if you've got the game and you want to jump in, then feel free to let us know. Until then, have yourselves a fantastic day.
And stay frosty.